should not miss it. Maybe I was the first one to join, no, Preeti? I thought more people will join, so they may not take me. So I first joined I paid up the money. And I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be a holiday also. Then they said there's no shopping, no holiday. So that was a big disappointment for me. I've been to Thailand before also, but then extra maybe. But once I went there, it's a different ballgame. She's so good. She's so good. She's so committed, Dr. Rusukan. Unbelievable energy. पता नहीं किधर से आता उनको. Whole day she's on her legs. And every time talking, you will learn something. Every minute, I felt you should not miss anything what she's talking. She was so good. And I didn't know Bioenzymes had so many things to use it in so many ways. As a child in Hyderabad, we have Unani. I know Srikanth must be knowing.
Yes.
You know Unani. So yes. As a child, they used to give us what do you call Zinda Tulsmant. If you have a headache, they give you that. If you have a fever, they give you that. If you have a leg pain, they used to give like that. This is just like that, bioenzymes. You can use for everything. Clothes, utensils, fields, washing hands. My God, this is like a magic wonder. I didn't know they had so many uses. And once we went there, it's completely different. She never gets tired. Dr. Rusukar, I don't know how she manages like that. And the energy around her is amazing, incredible. And you never get tired when you're with her. You're just, it's like pouring information from her. It's a people, please go and visit her. You must, if you're into bioenzymes, please go and visit her. Excellent she is. And you learn so many things. It's not about completely about bioenzymes. As a human, how giving she is. And always giving, Even when we were eating, after we finish, people just get up. Even we don't pull our chair back. She was doing that also. I couldn't believe. It was real eye-opener for me. And the way she walks, climbs, she rushes. It's a different thing. And with her age and all, and what all we did as on health also, it's too good. So I think this is this is in a format, simple way I'm telling you, but you all can go there and learn so many other things which I missed out. Thank you.
Thank you, Revati ji. Thank you so much for your sharing. If Dr. Vidya is there, may I request Dr. Vidya to please turn on your video and you can have your sharing.
Good evening, everyone. Actually, it was a dream come true for me to meet Dr. Roshukan ma'am. Because I feel she's a living legend and she's just like a monk, a saint. And my main motto and aim was to meet her and listen from her, because actually from 5 to 6 years, since 5 to 6 years, I was literally in search of some alternative to the chemicals. So accidentally I could come to know about bioenzymes through a YouTube video. And later Shrikantji could help me in many ways, because I used to have many questions, and once I watched his YouTube video, and through that I could come to know, I got his number and I used to message him. Since for 2 to 3 years we never met, but he was so he's such a noble person that he patiently answered all my queries, because I was very new to the bioenzymes and I used to question him a lot always, but he patiently answered to my queries, and through him I could come to BEA, and I am very thankful to BEA to introduce me to this such a big and new world. I never expected that we could reach to this level, because I used to prepare the bioenzyme. I used to use it at home, and I used to give to whoever comes to my home. When my humble my wish or my desire was to uh, spread this knowledge as much as possible, because even our master Dr. Roshukan also, she also wishes the same. So then when I joined BEA, that time I could think of this marketing it also, because many used to tell me that we don't have space, we don't have time, you can do it, you can sell it. But I was not knowing the ways, or I don't know how to do that. So I was quiet. And actually I am a homeopath, so I don't know anything about these businesses, and I never thought of stepping into marketing world or selling or doing any business. But Preeti ji and I'm very thankful to both of them. They encouraged us to try. And always Preeti, I like the way Preeti ji used to tell that no, we should keep on exploring. Even if we fail also, there is no problem, but if you don't try it, then it is a failure. So I like that, and she encouraged me in a lot of ways. So I thought of visiting, because I completely believe Preeti ji and Shrikant ji. So I went with them. It was my first trip to abroad, and the it was completely different world for us for 5 days. I don't know how those 5 days we spent, or it is just like a dream. I felt that I was sleeping on 30th November, and I just woke up after 5th, because the time just flew there, and it was just a dream world for me. And I definitely would love to relive those moments again. And there I could meet master and other people and her team. Everyone is very active and very down to earth and very humble people, and they are actually doing noble service to the mankind. And after going there, I could that sense of confidence is there, that we can do something, and we are able to explain to the people. And I could get answers for my doubts and queries, and I could understand that where all we can apply, or we can use the bioenzymes. So now I think I have that confidence also, so that I will convince the world. Because we used to know, understand, and we used to know the world, and it was a theory actually. Whatever we knew was a theory, but there we could practically experience it, and we could practically see that. And the master is mind blowing. She is a down to earth person, and she is a very humble and noble lady. And I learned from her how to serve the world, and how to be so the even you are touching the sky also, you have to be how to be on the how to um, stick to your roots, and how to what I can say, that how to be humble, we should learn from her. As I used to learn, and I used to read a lot about that great saints and all. But I am happy that I could spend 5 days with her, with such a great lady. And thank you, Preeti ji and Shrikant to take her. And it was my dream actually, and I never thought that it would be fulfilled like this, but it is fulfilled. And I think in India also we can do the same thing, like the way she is doing, to reach to the poorest people. Master always says that we should go to poorest people and low level people, and we should bring them up, and we should make them aware. So I think it is our duty, and it's a request or it is my wish also that each and every home should use bioenzymes. And even I want to see the same reformation what is happening in Thailand with the master. So I think with the guidance of Shrikanji and Preetiji, hope we will also work together and we can do that, do the same changes and same reformations in India also. I hope that everyone should go and visit and that experience that with the presence of and weather and the aura of that rayong is something different. And so I think that everyone should go there and visit that place to have that experience, because whatever we say, it is just like a theory, and for the to understand, to feel it, we have to visit the visit that that place, I feel. Thank you very much for making this happen, Preetiji and Shrikantji.
Thank you, Vidya. Thank you, Revati. I remember one small thing, and she works I mean, she gets up at morning 2 o'clock or 2:30, and her meditation starts. And at 5 o'clock, we are at the beach, and she's taking the session with us. So first day, Vidya and another participant, they got delayed little bit to get up and go. And next day, she asked them to wake up everybody at 2 o'clock, or they need to come back
Yes.
at 2 o'clock and start working. So it was that way. And she is a tough teacher. She works like a military. Time is time. There is no relaxation there. And whatever time we have, we need to utilize to the maximum. That is
Yes.
what her vision. And bioenzyme is just a medium of serving people, and that is what she is doing. And she expects things to happen like that. And BA has been doing work with them, and I feel really good because we are the one who are taking her mission forward and she has a lot of expectations from us. So it is up to us now how we utilize this or how we destroy it. So, there are a lot of good things about India, and that is what it is. So, uh, thank you, Vidya, and thank you, Revati. So, anybody else is there from this one? From our from Seed?
I don't think.
No, I don't think.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think we should move on to the other one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is there any question that any of the members have with regard to seed? Anything specific that you want to ask? Because we have Shrikant and Preeti can also pitch in. Specific to the seed?
Ma'am, I wanted
Yeah.
to ask, are we going to make it an annual program, or is it on the availability of Dr. Ruzukon? How are we going to take it ahead?
So, we haven't decided whether we'll do it next year or not, but definitely the other teams, like from Indonesia and Malaysia, they are keen in doing it, and maybe other countries from Europe and all that. Now this COVID is again going up, so we don't know whether we will be doing it in future. But yeah, if something happens, we will definitely keep you all informed about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions by anyone? Anybody?
Namaste, I am TRN Rao from Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Madam, the jury, my question is that since you mentioned that about the COVID, can we do some service to the COVID relief or anything with bioenzymes?
Yes, you can. You have to keep spraying it, dilute it in 1:500 ratio and spray. spray around you, spray in the area, spray, because these enzyme, it makes the um microbial shield around you, which protects you from any other kind of attack from outside world. So since this COVID is also microbial, and these are all live, the virus is live, and we need to handle it in their language, which they don't understand. So bioenzyme is the best way. You have to keep sprinkling it, keep spraying it inside around the house and in the area where last time during the pandemic we did sanitization of entire village with this uh, enzyme. And the only thing as a serving what you can do is you have to keep spraying it.
Okay, I mean, daily once or how? What is the
Yeah,
frequency?
keep spraying. We just keep the bottle around us and we keep spraying. Now this, I mean, spraying in the sense, the more we use it, the more proper shield we make. See, even now I have this bottle and I keep spraying around me. It's not just here, it's anywhere. We just go, whether we are traveling out or we are at home, and and ghar mein safai kiya, when we clean a house, use the enzymes, because these microbes has to be around us to protect us. So whether whether we clean our vegetables with that, or we clean our clothes with that, or we clean our homes with that, these microbes are essential to be around to keep us protected.
Any bioenzyme we can use, madam, or else any particular citrus or neem or any
No, anything will do for your
any
home.
bee, any
Yeah.
bee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if we can, I want to do, because I live in a colony. It is a housing society. Around
Okay.
100 houses are there. So I will give it to the thing so that around the colony also I will get it done. Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Any
Preeti
other
ma'am,
question?
any advice on using it as a protective spray around young children of 5 years and below?
We have not seen any harmful effect of this, whether it's a young child or a oldie. It's absolutely safe, and we are diluting it a lot, so it doesn't affect it. It's not harmful.
Anyone else? Any questions?
Hi. Good evening. I would like to learn more about how we can use it for agriculture purposes. My gateway to bioenzyme is Shrikant. And before he left to the seed thing training, he guided me over phone for about half an hour on how to prepare bioenzyme and how to apply for agriculture purposes. I would like to find out whether is it possible to have a training session, kind of a paid training session, specifically for using it to agriculture fields.
Dinesh, we will definitely have it. So, different days we can, and if something is specifically required, please share it in the group so that even we are clear what is expected,
Okay.
So, okay, this one topic, it can't be general. If we focus, because since we are meeting virtually, we need to have one specific topic which we can cover it in 1 hour, or,
Okay.
that will help, right?
Okay. And with regards to seed kind of a training session, do you see it a possibility in the near future? You have already answered, you do not know for this year, but do you see a possibility of something like that happening again?
Yeah, we will definitely do it. And the kind of program we did in Thailand, probably in future we will do such kind of thing. The experience one, wherein you visit those farm and you learn about it, how enzymes are used, because that will give you more learning than just the classroom session. So we will definitely have different kind of experiential training in future.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Or we can just move to the next.
We'll move to next, Jyoti.
Yeah. I would like to request Neerja and Shrikant. There's a lot of huzz and buzz going on about the IIT Madras event and how Canopy Tales is been awarded, been given seed fund of 5 lakh rupees for the work that you're going to take it up. So we would like to hear the whole journey so far and what is the way forward and how it can help BA move forward in its vision and mission. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Jyoti. Just to correct you there, this is not a seed fund being given to Canopy Tales. This is a fund to build a prototype, right? I mean, we are not even thinking, we are not even talking about, we've not arrived there, seed fund yet.
Sorry.
So this is remarkable. I mean, that is why, this is what is making us very happy, keeping us happy. And rather than I answering this question, I would invite Neeraja to share her experience and the whole journey around this, how it happened. So please, Neeraja, it's all yours. It's all yours.
Good evening, my friends, my teachers, my mentors, my inspirers. Good evening, all of you. So when I came back from Trichy to Chennai a couple of years ago, that was the time when I was shifted to a city, to an urban area. Before that, I was living in a tier 2 city, which was in the outskirts. And Bioenzyme was more or less my, my secret of life, which I had to literally hide it in the balconies and inside the kitchen. And, otherwise I thought people would judge me that whatever I'm doing in my kitchen and whatever I'm doing in the kitchen and batching it and cleaning, using it as a cleaning liquid, they thought I would have gone crazy by now. She's gone crazy. So I thought I'll keep it as a secret. But what I exactly wanted was a community so that I can bond, with like-minded souls and learn more. That is how it started. So 1 year back, we had BEA set up, and this was an amazing, platform for all of us to connect and learn from each other. I don't know how many of you remember, I shared in the group about my trip to Palampur in June, which was an opportunity given by IIT Madras. Again, Professor Indumati, who was very instrumental in sending me to Palampur and talk about bioenzymes as a rural livelihood. So in Palampur, what they wanted was, they called off many people from all over India, mainly research institutes like IITs, different NITs, and several other universities who are doing a lot of innovation in their labs, but that remains as an innovation and it does not reach the rural people. So they wanted to showcase or at least talk about those innovations. By that time, CSIR had already listed about more than 30-40 innovations that are lab ready, and they can be made or scaled to an extent that it can be set up as an enterprise in whichever participating institution is interested under the scheme of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So bioenzymes was a very new topic there. Yeah, I got hardly 5 minutes to talk about it, but yet some people got to know what I was trying to say. And I was back and I told ma'am about this experience and how this is totally the right fit for circular economy, because when we cannot talk circular economy and sustainable development separately, because circular economy is part of sustainable development. And what we need right now, the need of the hour is sustainable development. So I told her that this is totally the, perfect candidate for rural livelihoods and how it can enhance people. So she saw some value in it probably. And she said, this is nice. We'll get in touch. So there it ended. And fortunately, my husband is also part of the IITM mentor group. Like he mentors startups, and he's also part of the IITM alumni club. He's a IITM alumni himself, and he is also one of the mentors there. So he told me that there is something coming up for especially for clean tech, especially for eco startups. Some contest is coming, which is called Carbon Zero Challenge, and people who are working on technologies, working on innovations that is going to give a positive impact to the environment. Especially startups, if they have a proof of concept, they can apply for this. So at that time, I was already imagining a picture in my head, because we are talking about a premier institute in India, or sometimes even the world, because IITM generates the smartest of minds, and they go all the way to Silicon Valley and do something. So I was thinking, yeah, I know these guys are going to come up with big tankers and nice laboratory scale machines, and they are going to say we are going to harvest this, sequestrate carbon and all that. And I cannot go there and make a fool of myself and say, yeah, I've got some citric peels and drums. So I said, no, I'm not going to apply for this contest. I'm not going to go that side. So this is my first reaction. I'm being honest with you. So he said, no, don't underestimate it. He was really encouraging. He said, this is a good innovation. Not necessarily every innovation should be complex. So then I still did not take it seriously, but I said, okay, so you say that there should be a team, which is something like a startup, or people who are trying to get together and innovate something, and you should apply for this contest. So when I went to the webpage, Carbon Zero Challenge, they were asking us for a team leader, 2 team associates, and 1 team mentor. So I said, right now, yes, team mentors, there's no problem, but right now only I am there. Who are these 2 team associates, and where am I supposed to bring them from? So fortunately, in July, we had 2 very smart minds who actually joined BEA as interns, and they came to Shrikant and me for doing, learning something about bioenzymes, how they can apply, make their whole collegiate, journey look nice. They were just passed out from school. So they came, and Shrikant ji suggested that why don't we put them as team associates. So this is how we actually applied, like in the most, what do you say, the most basic way. Although the whole application form was actually done by Arjun. Even then I was pretty, agnostic about this whole thing. Okay, I'm one of those 1,000 applications who's going to come. I'm going to soon get rejected. So, but we were there, we already applied, and that was the last date of application, and last minute, that's how we applied. And sooner or later, we got a call saying we got rejected. I was so pretty sure, okay, I was very, that is the answer they're going to give. I was not any, there was no surprise. And I even shared Preeti ma'am that, this is what they said. And so I was already saying, yes, there are going to be people who have devoted already 5-6 years of their research. Some were even postdocs from IISc and, very premier institutes. It's not easy, because I'm a science graduate. I did my BSc in physics, and I know that journey of doing research fellowship, being under a guide for 4 years, how hard it is to earn your research scholarship. So then last few days before their interviews were supposed to happen for the next round. So there is this first round of submitting the proof of concept and mapping your innovation with what kind of sustainable development goals you are going to impact, and somewhat summarizing the kind of product that you have or an innovation that you have. It can be in an idea stage, innovation stage, or even in the product stage. So writing about that, and then some areas where you see that you will make it take it, how are you going to take it to the public, or how are you going to take it to the market? certain ideas about that. This is what the first application had. And then they called suddenly and said there was a technical glitch and we were left out. And in another 1 or 2 days, there was a expert interview, and we were supposed to be prepared for it. So I hardly had any time. And the product that we applied in this application was a laundry wash, bioenzyme based laundry wash. Even that we were quite skeptical, because we had a very hazel fast meeting amongst us that what is the product that we are going to showcase, because BE is so multifaceted that it lets you mind boggling that what innovation are you going to talk about BE? Are you going to project BE as an agri product, or household product, or industrial product, or what exactly, and what exactly will they be interested in? So we were actually running from idea to idea. What are we going to say about? So interns were saying that how about we tell that BE is going to reduce the the pesticides from the fruits and vegetables we use. How about a vegetable spray like that? That product will be useful for everyone, things like that. And we moved it to an agri product. The farmers will use it, blah, blah, blah. And then finally we settled down for laundry wash. Again, Arjun was instrumental. He said, you can even say that this product is actually, it is a useful product in every household, sector agnostic. In every household, you can find this product. So it should be like that. It should be like a mass, appeal to everyone. So that is why we applied it as a laundry wash. And so then we applied, and in another 1 or 2 days, we had our expert interview. And that was the day when Srikanji was flying to Thailand. So he was not, there for the interview. So me and Arjun took the interview from the juries. And we were given 5 minutes of time to talk about our laundry wash. And when we go out, and if somebody says talk about BE, I would probably ask them, give me at least 1 hour, because this cannot be spoken in such a less time. But the main challenge was to talk about it in 5 minutes. So I had to actually practice several times to talk the best points in just 5 minutes. And then the jury had a lot of questions about it, because obviously they were quite intrigued, and they said, they asked, few questions were quite obvious. We were, expecting those questions. In what way the market is huge, and in what way are you going to disrupt it, or are you going to make your own, space in it? So that was a question that we already were expecting. And there were other questions also, and we had to deal with those questions. And the interview was over, and again we had no clue that they will get back to us with a good news. So about mid-December, they got back to us saying that we got selected for the next round, which is the boot camp round, and we will be in the top 30 teams out of the. So the initial people who applied all over India were around 750 odd people, and we were in top 150 for the interview round, and from that top 30 was selected for the boot camp. And this boot camp is supposed to be for until Jan 7th. And we are supposed to, after that, there is a rigorous process where we are supposed to build a prototype and make it market ready by June 2023. So this is the challenge that we have got. And these 4 days that 3 days that we spent in IIT Madras, it was a great learning experience, in the sense that we actually met the, the creamiest of inventions or innovations that are currently, going on in the eco startup world. What is actually happening? What are people thinking about sustainable development? Where are the problems lying? How are they addressing it? What kind of innovations they are bringing in? And these are top minds. I think probably I was the most underqualified for this whole thing, because they were all postdoctoral research fellows, doctorals and BTechs from different IITs, IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, IIT Madras. and people who are sweating it out in their laboratories. So I was like, this is like a golden ticket that I got from blessings from Dr. Roshikon, that I'm able to enter this room and sit here with all these very, very smart brains and enjoy that boot camp. So I was like literally flying and enjoying, because I'm being a science student. I was also enjoying the science part of it. And obviously the sustainability development part of it is a cherry on the cake. Who would not want to have all these innovations come to rolling out as enterprises, and already starting their work towards stopping or at least retarding climate change and things like that. So our main criteria is to make a positive be a positive change, or become a positive eco startup, in the sense that your impact must be some way measurable, and it must create a kind of a value added service, or a value added product to whichever whichever customers you're targeting. So that is the whole idea. But the whole point is where we have to start and how we have to make it so that we don't fall into the valley of death. So that is the main idea of this boot camp, where we have to make sure that this is reaching the market. So every innovation, there is no point of this innovation unless and until it reaches the end user. What is the value you're going to add to them? It's just like you enter a forest, there are zillion trees, but you are only attracted to the trees which has sweetest of its fruits. At the end, we are all selfish people. We are here to consume something or the other. So this is a major learning. And speaking of the visibility part, as I said, even in Palampur, there were 50 odd ideas that were listed. And are all these 50 ideas going to be implemented as rural livelihood? No. Which are going to climb that whole curve of satisfying that minimum there are certain criteria that you need to satisfy to actually climb over that curve and make a positive impact. Like, is it a low investment thing? Is it going to ultimately be something that people are going to grab and use it? Is it going to be something that people are going to like? These things, is it going to be something where the seller is going to be benefited, or the family, or they say that there is a person in Maharashtra who sold millions of papads. It is something as simple as that. You can be you can make a change even by doing that, as simple as that. So when we are talking of any sort of livelihood, it must create some value to the seller and to the buyer. As simple as that. So this whole thing of making something, building something for the market is the most important aspect. And for that, we have been given this 5 lakh grant, because this innovation is extremely, versatile. This innovation is versatile. It is science-based. We are not talking, out of the air, but this needs to be validated. This needs to be validated. It has to be brought to the market in view of appealing the customers as well as doing its job. That is the most important thing. And for that, this grant will be utilized. Each paisa will go into the prototype development, and we will get mentorship, either technical or business mentorship from this team that is going to help us in IITM. And this prototype must be developed and be ready by June 2023. So that is a challenge that we have got. And this 3 days was crazy hectic, as people from seed program were telling. I can imagine, because that is when you get value for each second you are there, because otherwise you have to rethink, maybe you're in the wrong place. So each second was valuable, and I'm sure the seed program, they would have learned as I think Revati ma'am was telling, each second was valuable. Whatever each word she uttered was valuable. So this program, IITM program also was every minute we had to ask ourselves questions and prepare ourselves, towards making our product more market ready. So that is how we were grilled every minute, and the toughest part is yet to come, because they are going to grill us for 6 months and we have to um, bring this prototype, give our best in building it, and that is our aim, that is our that is where we are going to put all our energy and soul into. So I'm very, very glad. I met Srikanji exactly a year ago. I don't know if he remembers. December 14 is when I met him first in person in Coimbatore. And since then, it has been a roller coaster journey. My learning curve went up. And since then Puvi was born, Canopy Tales was born. And, I wouldn't say I am an entrepreneur yet. We are all still learning. I don't know, there are still established entrepreneurs in this group, but for me, I'm still a learner. I'm learning my way out. But I can see light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to give my best. And, I don't want to come to conclusions now. Although I'm not a born business person, I'm more into learning, and I want to be a student. So let me see. And, the whole opportunity that BE has now given me, has been giving me through support of mentors like Preeti ma'am and Srikanji and several others. I want to thank you all. And I love this community. So let's see where it goes. Thank you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much, Nirja. Thank you so much. So much that we have to learn and absorb. Hearty congratulations, and we will keep you and the team in our prayers. So let's see where it goes, and let's enjoy this whole process. Ultimately, we are not worried about the results, as you said. Yeah, we go by that. Shrikant, you want to sum up, or you want to add something, please?
Yeah, I think if I have to tell it all in one word, what I wanted to add and sum up, I would say ditto. She spoke everything, and there is nothing left to speak about it from my side, because everything about the entire program, the way it is structured, the way you have the, as she rightly mentioned, the creamiest of the cream, minds were there. They were research fellows who are from, BTech, MTech background, and the kind of subject matter expertise what they have. I mean, we are no match. And at least Neeraja, being a science student, could understand what they are all talking. But I come from a literature background, arts guy. So I was feeling, I'm an odd man out there. But then it was intriguing. I mean, each and every session, as she rightly said, like how Revati ma'am has mentioned, every second was important. And we didn't want to, even move away our eyes off the presenter, how things were, how they were, creating those, what do you say, influencing our thought to think and rethink. And I should tell you, my thought process got destroyed for 4 days, in a row. And whatever assumptions or imaginations that I've built around, a particular business model, that got destroyed. And right from, I mean, when I mean, to start with, when Neeraja got back, spoke to me about her Palampur thing, and then in August, September, we were talking about something is coming up, isn't it? And I said, let's sit and let's do. She said, yeah, I'll let you know, we'll do. And then when we spoke for the second time, she said, you know what, Shrikant, I have a lot of work, because the construction work was happening in our house and she had to concentrate on that construction thing. I said, Neeraja, we have to sit right now and finish it. We have 15 days time. I was emphasizing on, we have time, we'll have to finish it. Then she got back to me at the time that, tomorrow is a submission. We have to.
No. That night was a submission, and I
that
spoke to
night
him
was
on
a
that
submission.
evening.
Yeah.
I said, today night is a
I
submission.
said, what have we done for all these days? And we sat for, I don't know, so many hours we sat, and I took a break, and then we came back, we logged in. And these two kids, we had these interviews with these kids in back in May, if I'm not wrong, right? When I was in Hyderabad, that was the first time I spoke to
June.
Srishti. When I spoke to Srishti, Shreya, I spoke the second in June. I think it was in March, April. That was the time I was in Hyderabad at that point of time. So I had a telephonic interview, spoke to Srishti's mom, and then had a telephonic interview with Shreya. Then I gave Preeti a heads up on these two young students that we happened to pick them up as interns. And I was, working alongside Neeraja to guide them on what kind of tests they could do. And that's an interesting test, but they have not submitted the report. You'll have to remind them to submit, both of them. I've not got the report. They just did their
they have
results.
chosen is extremely
good.
topics, but
I've
not got back.
I wanted them to submit the report, and I told them only after receiving that written, documented report, I'm going to release the certificate, internship completion certificate. Otherwise, I'm not going to give that. So, but that was an excellent topic. Both of them, two different topics, two interns. Normally it so happens, when an intern team comes in, a group of interns work on one topic and they work together. But this is that group, this is that team where they have picked and chose individual topics for their internship, which is what I really liked. And when Neeraja was saying that we need to have a team, and that was a time that when Canopy Tales already had a team of 3 people. But then the other 2 people, Neeraja's friends, they had some challenges. They were going through loss of a family member for one, and for another person who's really good at marketing and sales. And she had her own issues, personal issues, that she would not be able to be a part of this particular thing. So what should we do? I'm just alone. I said, you're not alone. You have 2 interns with you. Bring them in and form a team. I said, Shrikant, what will I do? I mean, they have their college. Do you think it'll happen? I said, don't worry. Bring them and talk to them and bring them in. And guess what? One intern is doing her BSc biochemistry, isn't it?
No. She's doing BSc research. It's an integrated course, BSc research in chemistry in Shiv Nadar University, Gurgaon.
In Gurgaum.
No, sorry, Noida. And Shrishti is doing biotechnology first year in SRM. So they both are biochem, exactly what we needed. They have their expertise, or at least their interest is there in that subjects. And very smart girls, very, very smart girls.
Yes, and guess what? I mean, we just had to include their names, and things happened like this. Shreya flew all the way from up north and was a part of it. And see the way how it all came together. And that particular night was a submission. We did it when we were thinking that we may not make it, Shrikant. There are so many people applied. I said, okay, fine, let's give it a shot, and we gave it a shot. And I mean, to mention Arjun, Neeraja's husband, has been instrumental in bringing all those things together and give it a structure. How do you present it? How do you present a particular model? So that was the most important thing. And to mention, in the entire team, Arjun is the backbone who's driving. I mean, she mentioned me as a technical mentor without any technical background, no technical education whatsoever. I can only talk about enzymes. I can just say 10, 3, 1, and that's it. That's all I know, nothing much. I know. And being there, I mean, the sole reason is Arjun. He structured the entire thing and we submitted. And the most important part is when we were traveling to Thailand, that was the time we were actually traveling from Bangkok to Rayong. We were on that bus journey when this particular interview was scheduled, Preeti. So I was telling you, I mean, I'm supposed to be there, but I don't have internet. Even though we had a hotspot, it was not really there, and my participation also should have been there. But since there was too much of noise and a lot of talking happening, I chose not to be a part of that particular thing. And guess what? Once we reached Rayong, I got a news from Neeraja that we've done it, and Arjun literally pitched in, and he supported that particular process. And then once the seed program finished, we came back and we thought, Neeraja told me that, okay, we lost it, we didn't get it. I said, it's okay, but this is an experience we got, and this was a wonderful experience. That's fine. Let's inform Preeti that we lost it. So perhaps she called up Preeti at that point of time and she informed. And then she told me, Shrikant, there's an email. Have you checked your mail? I said, really? I said, I mean, I've forgotten about, we have something called as a Gmail, and I rarely check my Gmail. The only email I check is on, the BEA mail whenever I receive mails, and that's the only thing which keeps me engrossed. My personal mails, I don't check. So I saw that, okay, there is something coming there, and, it happens to be that, our team, there was some mix up and our team got selected. And I said, really? Okay, then what we going to do next? I mean, I already made my plans to be in Madhya Pradesh, Indore, as we speak right now. I'm supposed to be there. But then we canceled. It so happened that I canceled the ticket just then. When all of this happened in a matter of 2 hours, everything happened. And I said, okay, fine, I'm coming to Chennai, no matter what, we'll attend this particular program. So it was a really good experience, and everything what Neeraja mentioned, ditto. I don't have to run through it again. And for me, it was a dying experience. I died every day, and I did not sleep. I mean, in Thailand, for those 4 or 5 days, I have not slept in the night. Preeti knows, and all the other participants of the C program knew that I did not sleep even for a minute that night, because I had some other reason for that. And I did not sleep, although I have a very nice place to stay here right now. But the only time I slept was in the morning today. And I had sleepless nights because this intense grilling session has destroyed the way I look at business, the way I perceive business as it is. And it has given me a whole new perspective to rethink and make a better assumptions. All these years I've been making different assumptions about business. So it has just improvised me to make even better assumptions about how I perceive, how do I look at business. Probably this will give me a great platform to rethink, reimagine, and look at newer possibilities and see how I can utilize these resources, and out of the experience what I'm going to get from Canopy Tales, and I'm sure Canopy Tales is going to be there, right there. And once Canopy Tales establish itself in the open market, now that will pave way for all the others to follow, and a lot of people should come. I mean, like Canopy Tales, I wanted to create many such Canopy Tales. They have to come with their own tales. And if you look at the way how Puvi's journey started, that there's a story, a beautiful story behind it. And I'm sure each one of you have a story behind your journey, and these stories have to come up. And like Canopy Tales, many other Canopy Tales should follow. So this is with that in mind, I would end my talk, and I really thank Neeraja for giving me an opportunity. I mean, it is my opportunity for being there and experiencing, to experience, what it takes to be a part of the IIT. I mean, really, I mean, that is worthwhile. It is experience of a lifetime for me. So thank you so much for giving me this experience, Neeraja. This is memorable and one of the most important milestone in the way I, imagine or assume about how businesses are perceived. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Neerja, and thank you, Shrikant. Thank you so much for that inspiration. I think we draw a lot of inspiration from you all, way forward for BA. If we can, is there any question regarding sharing from Nirja or Shrikant? Any question, any thought? Okay, if no questions, let's move forward to the next and the last agenda. As all of you all know, January 4th will be International Bioenzyme
Sorry,
Day.
I just was looking for my phone.
Sure.
Because I was on my Bluetooth and I wanted to unmute myself. So, Nirja, thank you for sharing this. You know what I felt listening, to this of yours, that you do not have to be perfect always, right? 100% is not needed to get ourselves into any platform. It's all about giving it a shot and being brave and facing it. Thanks for setting that intention, right? I feel very good hearing that out. I mean, your journey, and how everything was last minute and it was meant to happen, kind of a feeling that I got from your story. And I wish you all the best for the upcoming 6 months, and hope you break all the odds at the prototype release. And thanks for setting the intention. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Is that Aishwarya?
Yeah.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Thank you so much.
And congratulations, Aishwarya, for your new journey that you have taken up. Aishwarya, she has, started her new journey, and she's partnered with Arni Biotech, and she's going to foray into Chennai market with a range of products that has been offered from her brand.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Congrats, Aishwarya.
Thank you. And so many similarities, right? I am a research scholar with IIT Madras myself.
Oh my God.
I am in the human resources field. I have nothing to do with biotechnology or bioenzyme at all. Like I told you, bioenzyme happened to me early this year through a very, very different route. And that's what I said, right? Certain things you feel, it's going to happen. So I'm pursuing my studies as well, but I'm from a different field. I'm from human resources. So Shrikant is trying to be in the background, but then he's not mentioning about the hours that I spent with him on call, in understanding and talking and sharing whatever. Shrikant, continue to be the guiding light that you are, in so many ways. And thanks everyone for your wishes. Like I was saying, my intention is also giving it a shot and exploring what's out there. Somebody said in the beginning that Preeti ma'am was saying that failure is not failure and not trying is failure, right? Today, I think I learned a lot from this call. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Yes, Dr. Vidya Rani was mentioning it. Failing to try is a failure. So
actually,
somebody said it. Yeah.
Yes, it was Dr. Vidya Rani, and we have Satish Jain ji, part of the group, and he's one of the advisors for Bioenzyme Conference Academy. If he has something to say on this particular platform, Satish Jain ji, are you available?
Shrikant, can I just tell one thing? And
Yes.
So I want to, I'll take this opportunity to tell everyone that it's not hard, whatever, it's very hard, whatever Shrikant is doing, because a lot of his personal time is going and, guiding us and, attending the calls. So on a very lighter note, he showed me his phone one day. I almost fainted because there were like 2,000 messages and 600, 100 messages and some 41 calls or something per day. I said, I cannot handle, my adrenaline will go up and down if I see my phone like that. So whatever he's doing is like, he's already on the sacrificial mode, because it takes a lot of guts to, give undivided attention to people who call you. And sometimes it's annoying, right? People call you all the time and you have to address their questions. You have to tell everything again and again. It is really annoying sometimes, but he's doing it with a smile. So I would really want to salute him for that. It takes really 1 of 1,000 or million people to take up such, service. Thank you.
I really don't know what to say. Satish Jain ji, are you available?
Yes, I'm available, Shika.
Yes. Would you like to add on something?
Yes, yesterday I called you just after the your presentation and everything is done, and you were just leaving for the high tea. So I was literally crying, and still I'm crying. It's really a blessings of all Dr. Rozukon and all our team members, and good wishes to all BA members those who are in or those who are out. We have to work together for this noble cause. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Satish ji, for those humble words. It really matters because some of them who have really highlighted. Dr. Vidya started off saying that if we don't try, then I think that is the failure. Very true. And Nirja, who's been looking for a community, she got a community. It's a learning platform. We have a mentor. I think what we name it and we have it in our team here. We are a beautiful team. And I think that is what is the strength. All of us can draw from each other. And BA stands for any support that any of our members need. You can always feel free to catch up with any of the members here. Thank you very much. Is there any question or any clarification, or we have to decide on the 4th of January what is that we plan to do, because we are left with very little time. And I think across the globe, people from who participated in the seed are also planning big things. Not really big, but I'm saying whatever possible from our side to make this day more memorable, reach out to more people. Here, I would like to highlight two things that Dr. Roshukon had mentioned when Ecoenzyme Nusantara was celebrating their 3rd anniversary. Dr. Roshikant said, we don't have time. Next 5 years, our initiative should be, or non-stop struggle or effort should be to reach out to more than half the population of the globe. And the second most important thing is to reduce at least 2 degrees Celsius of the temperature. Otherwise, it's going to be, I think we have started seeing the change that is happening. The disaster has begun. So what is that we can do? So yeah, kindly help us with your thoughts, your suggestions of what is that we can do for January 4th.
If there is anything upcoming, or if you plan to do some kind of awareness program, or you want to give donate your enzyme, to some particular community, or any of those things, try keeping it around 4th of Jan. So this will. So this is what I would like to say, and I'm looking forward to a very nice article on World Bioenzyme Day. It can be in any language, Hindi or English, and we get it translated in all the languages, and we're planning what we will be sending it across to all the local papers. So just one article which says why World Bioenzyme Day and what we can, why do we do this and what can be done around this, and just some message to the world. So, all the region in India can be covered with just one article. So I would definitely like to have one nice article in English or in Hindi that is easier to translate these two things. And later we will translate it in all the languages, and it will go out on 4th of Jan in all the papers, all the major papers. So
Okay.
Yeah. So one good article will do, which gives the message out to the world that 4th Jan is the World Bioenzyme Day. And this is why we celebrate it, and this is why it is required. And we send it to PTI or, and it gets distributed across India. A nice story about it. Yeah. Now, anything else, if you have a plan, this is the plan from my side that I'm planning to do. And anything else, yeah, please share. And many wiki members are there. Take up your charge, pull up your socks, and get out to work. We don't have much time.
Yeah.
You wanted
Preeti,
to say something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we theme it as SAW, SAW, like I saw in past tense, and one world, one family.
Yeah.
SAW, one world, one family. As a theme for, I mean, we can present this to the other team members of Indonesia, Malaysia, Taiwan, China, US, and Germany, wherever our teams are. We can tell them that, we are thinking on this theme, one world. I mean, SAW means soil, air, and water. So we will have, we can plan 3 days, one day dedicated to soil, one day dedicated to air, one day dedicated to water. And we can, on this theme, we can celebrate World Bioenzyme Day. So just thinking, I mean, I just got a thought. So I just thought, why don't we have a brainstorming on this, and then probably decide on, presenting this idea to our other teams, so that we can log in with the Indonesian and Malaysian teams, and then present this idea together, and then see if everyone likes it. Then probably we can go on this particular theme. So like last year, how we did celebrate World Bioenzyme Days, we had celebration for 1 week.
More than a week, almost 10 days. And
10 days, yeah, more than a week, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can plan some 3 days, something like that. 1 day dedicated for soil, 1 day for air, and 1 day for water, and we can do that. So SAW, one world, one family, on World Bioenzyme Day. Probably we can create some certain creatives. I have a couple of friends who can help me with designing material for this particular theme. So we'll see if we can
get something nice done for the paper. We can
Sure.
publish it. Yeah.
Yes. Guys, people who can write really good, like Neeraja, she's the president of Wiki Bioenzyme Council. And if you can write some nice articles, we can talk to the PTI or ANI and get these things published on the account of World Bioenzyme Day. And I also get in touch with the journalist who had written about, who have covered my story on the Hindu and Economic Times, to see if we can get some entry on that particular day. I'll speak to both of them, the Hindu and Economic Times journalists, so that if we can try to, because they are also the ones who are looking at the sustainability aspect of it, because they cover articles on sustainability. So we'll see if we can get a page dedicated for this, and they can cover some exclusive articles and things that we do in the newspaper. So let's see how it shapes up. And if anyone else has any ideas or anything, I'm here to jot it down, because it is not one man's or one woman's idea that we are trying to drive. We are trying to drive a collective, ideas from everyone.
Should we call all the wiki presidents and ask them to take it ahead for 4th Jan, because not many are present here? And I was telling, like you were mentioning SAW. So for soil, we had a query today itself. Somebody was asking about agriculture. How do you use BE? So we could have a specific agenda and call some speaker and have webinars and stuff like that. So and
that's a good idea. So we can have 3 different
yes,
virtual meeting, one day on the soil, one day on the water, one day on the air. So we can definitely have this virtual meetings and scheduled one on 3rd, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th of
Yeah,
Jan.
and we could share it with lots of environmental groups. What most of us are connected with different groups, so we could share it there and make it big as possible. Invite them, and maybe another thing is that like we are planning that at least half of the globe should be knowing about BE. So targeting, connecting with the households and in the community complexes, building communities. If we could have some events happening on that day. So that could make.
Yeah, I think morning we can have the actual event and evening 1 hour of virtual event. We can definitely have 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it.
Thank you, Nishaji. Yeah.
I had a
let's
few
use
questions.
Yes,
Like when we are making the bee, so do we leave the pulp there only, or should we strain it after 3 months are complete, or it's like best 6 months we say? So when do we strain it, or can we just leave it as it is and take it out when required? Because I'm not doing it on a commercial scale yet.
Who's answering?
Members should answer it because
Absolutely. Because more they answer, more they learn.
I'm with my dinner. Members should answer. I think now we have a lot of members who are well versed with this, so they can answer.
Yeah, Vasudha has pitched in. Vasudha, you
Can
want
I
to share
answer?
something? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yeah, I think you can use it as and when you want. You can take it and use it. But well, it will. I think I'm not sure, but I think you can sieve it and keep it. That will be better because it will get refined more and more, right?
So that was
sure
my
you have to check.
question, whether it gets refined after sheaving or just letting it go as it is and it gets more and more matured.
I think sieving and keeping will make it more stable. Shrikantji, Preeti ji, correct me if I'm wrong.
Vasudha, you need to be confident in whatever you're answering.
Satish ji, kuch keh rahe hain?
Yes, I want to say.
So let me just to answer to that thing. You can just save it and keep it. Nothing is going to happen to that.
Okay. Okay. Or
the more you keep it, the less gases will be there forming. So the bottle will not be like the gases will not be there over the period of time. So you can just save it, keep it there. Nothing is going to happen.
Okay. And the
Nishaji, my suggestion is. Nishaji, my suggestion is keep it as it is unless until you require it. Otherwise, for staining again, you need more containers. We are facing for the right now containers what we have. You need again new container. To keep batching in new containers, and those old keep it as it is. Don't disturb it.
Okay.
What I am doing, I have 20,000+ kgs of pulp.
अभी उतना नहीं पहुंची हो ना इसलिए वो
ठीक है. I am doing it on behalf of BEA. I have given responsibility for production for the across the country for samples. Anybody needs samples across the country, we will send it from here.
Yeah, I had
for their R&D.
Somebody to you for that lumpy disease के लिए किसी ने शायद आपसे connect किया था samples के लिए कुछ.
Sure. Anytime. You can just share my you can call me. You can take my number from Preeti ji, Shrikant ji, or I think it is written also. I'll send you. Allow me 2 to 3 days to dispatch it because I want to send it by.
not needed, but किसी ने connect किया था आपसे, मैंने करवाया था.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
No issues for any purpose. For their R&D purpose also, I can give variants of bioenzyme for their. They want livelihood to make livelihood. They will make products that will come to us only.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
और
Thank you
वो
for
जो
this.
हम पल्प निकालते हैं, do we dry it up before mixing it with the soil या फिर हम ऐसे भी mix कर सकते हैं? According to me, we can just sprinkle it as it is. Shouldn't be harmful.
You don't have to dry it, Nishaji. You can just add it in the soil. Yeah.
If you want to dry it, and if you want to use it further, let's say for the washing utensils, you can dry it, okay, and then just get it mixed. Let's say mixer में से उसको निकाल के, you can use it for washing your utensils also.
Okay.
Hello.
हाँ जी.
Yes, I am TR in Rao from Delhi. What I am doing is that pulp, I am using it for my compost bin. It is wonderfully, it is working. As a microbes.
Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
It's wonderfully working. Even sometimes I am using it for my pot mix also.
Okay. Yeah.
For my kitchen garden. That is also it's giving a very good result.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been doing that, but somewhere in the group I read that you have to dry it out before using it, so I was doubtful. So, and do we need to measure the pH to be sure of the quality of bee?
So the pH will be varying between 3.2 to 3.7 something. You can test it once in a while. You will get a pH meter, not a meter actually. It's like if it's don't want the meter, you can just get the that's what's the pH strips will come.
pH strips will come, sir.
Yeah, pH strip will come around.
Litmus paper, leather it is.
Yeah, pH test paper will come. It's around. It will cost you around 80-90 rupees something around that thing.
Okay.
I would like to just remind that this will be the last question that we can take up because we are running, we are overboard on time. One last question from Dinesh. Dinesh, do you want to ask something?
Yeah, I mean, my question is when used for agriculture purposes, for example, composting or spraying, what if we use the raw material which is not organic or earlier if it is a chemical based raw material. For example, let's say I take citrus or some mixed vegetable waste which is not organic, and what if we make a bioenzyme out of it?
So nothing is going to happen. Use it as it is. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. So, so sorry for the additional question. Will the pesticides or the chemicals in the waste, would it not multiply if we try to make enzyme out of it?
No.
They will be eaten up and finished off.
Okay.
in a simple language.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm really sorry that we'll have to close the meeting because we value the time shared by people who really joined early on time. So we didn't want to discourage them. Thank you very much for joining, and let's keep the discussion on the group with regard to 4th January. Any of you planning for any of the activities, kindly post a word or a statement there so we'll be able to take it up. Thank you very much, and wishing you all the best year coming ahead. Let's work towards making this world a better place to live, not only for human beings, the rest of the beings on this globe. And let's take the mission of Dr. Roshukon forward of building awareness among people. The more we do, I think the better work that we will be able to reach out to, and also reducing 2 degrees Celsius of the temperature. Thank you and have a wonderful year ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you, Preeti. And thank you, all BA members. Thank you.